Yeah, generally, if you see the forestry sector, the three primary aims which we have. One is mainly conservation forestry, where the forests are conserved as such, mainly in the protected areas, the sanctuaries, national parks, the reserve forests. And then you have the production forestry, where you have large number of plantations that are coming up, because that is going to give the timber requirement for the country in future. And India as such is a timber importing country. We import a lot of timber. So there's a need for production forestry also. And then we have the restoration forestry. A lot of degraded lands are there. So the ravines, salt affected lands, alkaline, acidity affected lands. So there also we take up afforestation work. So these three are the primary objectives of the forest department throughout the country.
And is there an understanding among the people, do you feel, about how important forests are to their livelihoods?
Definitely. That depends on the state. It varies from place to place. In heavily forested areas like the northeast or western Ghats, people are heavily dependent on the forest for various things. So they understand the importance, but still for the livelihood, they have to make use of these forests. For firewood, main thing is firewood. For cooking, the 90% of wood that is extracted is used only as fuel.
And in terms of what you want to see here at this conference, why have you come here? What discussions are you interested in hearing?
Actually, I'm also the member secretary of the State Biodiversity Board of Arunachal Pradesh. So we have been invited here by the National Biodiversity Authority to listen to the conversation that is happening here. It's mainly to understand the objectives of the Biological Diversity Act. Under the CBD, we have formulated our own act called the Biological Diversity Act. So it aims at conservation, sustainable use, and equitable sharing of benefits. So we are progressing in that direction, but the rate of progress varies from state to state. So we have started forming the local biodiversity management committees, and they have started preparing the people's biodiversity registers, where the biodiversity is documented, so that the benefits can be plowed back to the local committees. So the process has started, but it's not complete in all the states. So we'll get some idea about that here.
And a major problem, perhaps a problem that often affects democratic countries, is that where one government may agree on a certain target, another government coming in may disagree and decide not to implement it. Do you feel that there is there a sufficient political understanding of these issues in India?
Yeah, we have to create awareness, both among the public as well as politicians. The process is on, but the rate of progress varies from state to state, depending on the level of understanding of the people, the kind of people we have in the state. It varies. Some states are well advanced in education and literacy and all that. Some states are not that way. So we have to, and a lot of tribal states are there, where people are still primitive, doing primitive agriculture, shifting cultivation and all that. They are dependent on forests for many things, in the primitive agriculture as well as hunting and all that. So gradually we have to educate them about the importance of biodiversity. The process is going on.
And a last question, I mean, how would you assess the state of India's forests at the moment? Your colleague said that they had you have a 33% target for forest cover. How would you assess progress towards that?
The area under forest cover, the green cover, that is steadily increasing for the last 10-15 years. But the rate of progress is less compared to China. China is progressing much faster. India is also progressing that way. The area is increasing, mainly because of the afforestation efforts and the planting of trees outside forests. A lot of industrial agroforestry is picking up. The trees outside forests, mainly in the southern states, is increasing.